Hi guys! So today I wanted to share with you some of my personal favorite interior decorating tips. I've gathered a lot of information and I'm so excited to share it with you guys, so let's get into this! So, tip number one that I want to give you guys is when you're picking out finishes or paint colors, what I like to say is stay neutral, especially right now. The grays, the white cabinets, that all seems to be in style and it looks the best to me. So if you're staying neutral with everything, then when you're coming in and decorating and adding accents, you can do a lot more. I mean, and then those things are gonna pop even more. And you can change it out. So like, you know, if you wanted a red kitchen, that seems a little bit extreme. But you could get like a red KitchenAid to put out, or a red teapot, you know, some red kitchen towels. Like, bring the pop of red in other ways, because if you're crazy and do red cabinets and red paint and all this, that's going to be a lot harder to change a couple years down the road or a couple months down the road when you're like, what was I thinking? You know, so I like to say stay neutral. Like your whites, your grays, your beiges, your creams, all that, you really can't go wrong. Okay, so tip number two, when you're going around hanging things, don't just hang it wherever. Think a little bit about what you're doing. So a good rule of thumb is to kind of try to keep everything eye level. So if you're, for most people, that's about 60 inches from the ground. And that's, you know, just like I said again, a rule of thumb. And if you're hanging above furniture, about 4 to 6 inches above that piece of furniture. So that way, you know, everything doesn't look completely like a mess everywhere. It's got a little bit of organization. When you're looking directly at it. You're not looking at a piece of furniture way up here or looking at it down low. Like, everything's eye level, just nice. It looks put together. Yes. Tip number three. So when you're hanging something, you guys, think about the size of what is underneath it. Now, if there's nothing underneath it, you obviously don't have to think about that, but think about then the space in general. So, for example, if you're hanging something above your bed is fairly large, right? So you're not going to want to hang a 4x6 picture, even a 5x7 picture above your bed frame. It's just not going to look quite right. So a good rule of thumb for that is about 2/3 of the size of whatever you're hanging it by. Hanging one thing above something, like I said, try to keep it about 2/3 that size. This is obviously different if you're hanging multiple things and doing a fun collage, but just a good rule of thumb, about 2/3 the size of whatever is below it. Okay, on to tip number four. Okay, tip number four is one of my favorite things to do because I love rugs. Adding a big rug to any room, whether it's carpeted or hardwood floor, just pulls it together, makes it feel so much more homey and cozy. I absolutely love it. After I'm done, you know, painting and then even hanging things and getting those big pieces of furniture in so you can kind of get a sense of the room, I want to put a rug in. It just brings it together. It gives me inspiration for other things to put around the room. I love it. So what I would like to say though about a rug is, you know, think of where it's going also. Putting it in your living room, for example, what I always tell people is that make sure the rug is fairly close to that size of room. Now, if you have an open concept, that's a little different, you know. So as long as all of the furniture is touching an edge of the rug, you should be good to go and it's going to look nice and put together. The minute though you put a smaller rug around the furniture, it just doesn't all go how it should. Again, take everything with a grain of salt. I don't want to upset anybody, but that's just what I've seen, personal experience, what I do, what I'm going to do when we build, and I'm so excited to take you guys along that journey of decorating my new house. But then on the flip side of that also, you don't want the rug to be too big where you have, you know, a ton of space behind your furniture. So, you know, it goes like halfway under the couch. That's about perfect. And I especially recommend rugs if you have hardwood floors, because as nice as they are and as great as they look, adding a rug is gonna make it feel so much more homey and it will protect those hardwood floors. Okay, tip number five. So when I'm done doing all those other tips that I just shared with you, and it's time to bring in some accents, I like to kind of about 4 different things in my mind when I am choosing what to decorate. So the 4 things that I like to think about are adding greenery, glass, metal, wood, and then also, I guess kind of 5 things. Sometimes I do like to add fabric. So for example, if you're decorating like a shelf in your bathroom, you know, like a little green plant, a little metal sign, glass vase with maybe some cotton balls, just something simple like a little wood ball sitting up there. And then like when fabric comes in mind, like especially in your bathroom or kitchen areas, even just to roll up a couple little towels and set on the shelf just kind of ties it all together. So again, those 5 things: basswood, greenery, metal, and sometimes fabric. And it doesn't always have to be like a towel. Like you can, you know, when you're going shopping, like for example, right now is fall, and I've seen so many cute fabric little pumpkins. So just to add those, that kind of a fabric into something too, just, you know, it doesn't have to be just a towel, but for the bathroom example, that's what I wanted to use. If you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it, I know I am going to be using these little tips when I decorate my house that's being built right now, and I am so excited, so excited. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!